Y'all problem is not getting money, man. Y'all get money, bro. Some of y'all some hustling mom. Woo! I don't want to cuss, but you know who you is. Y'all get money. The problem is what you do when you get it. You blow it on the dumbness, and then at that you scared to lose it. How you blow it on stuff you don't get a return back, but you scared to buy a piece of Apple, buy a piece of ownership in Apple, buy a piece of ownership in the liquor store on the corner, buy a piece of ownership on the gas station, the Burger King you go to, something. Buy a house, an investment house, not to live there, to rent it out, not to live there. We talking about an investment house. Y'all scared to do that. Y'all go put it in the bank account, and guess what? They use the money to go invest it. It's not getting money. Y'all get money, man. Start using it differently. That's it.
What up, people? How y'all doing this morning? No work for me today. I'm chilling.
What up, people?
Um, you know, I just figured it'd be a good time to review this speech that Trump made and let us digest it and see what's really going on here with these tariffs. And then I want to show the impact on the market. So I want people to pay attention. This is a thought process. I'm gonna let you guys in my thoughts how I be thinking when I be looking at certain stuff, right? The mind of somebody that want to make $1 million, and I'm gonna do it by any means necessary. So what up, Cortez, DT, C Child? I see y'all in here, Jeff R. I got a day off today. I'm out here chilling. So this is what I be doing, man. Right? I want to look at this crypto market first, right? Because I got money on the line. Right? So before I look at all that other stuff, I want to look at the money. What's the money talking about? This is coin market cap. Right? You guys can all put this in Google and shit and pull it up and it'll go to coin market cap and you'll see it. And then you just pull it up, right? First thing I look at, fear and greed index. Before I even look at the money, right? Before I even look at my account, right? I'm check this. Fear and greed index. Boom. I go click on it. Then we gonna listen to Trump talk about these tariffs and break that down in my thought process, what I think, because I think Trump just made a power move, and people not seeing that. People not seeing that. So people complaining too much, man. I love it. We got to do the opposite of the herd, right? The herd get you wrapped up. Remember, we up here in this fear and greed index, right? We was up here. The market, when we was up here, I said out my mouth I didn't like this market how it was moving. It's too high on this fear and greed index. What I want you guys to pay attention to is the fear and greed index at its current state, at its current price. I mean, at its current level right now. This is not a price. This is just a level. We are down to a 25, right? Everybody's in fear. This is good, in my opinion, as an investor. Because remember, when everybody's in greed mode, in this green side of the market, look what always happens. Boom, drop. Every time. It very rarely gets up this high, right? Boom, drop. Everybody's complaining and crying. The lowest time it was over here, March 12th, March 11th, that date. Right now, in April, it's starting to rise. It just dropped, right? Boom, we had a 25. This is good. It might go down in here, and it's extreme fear. Look, when the last time we've been in these levels, you got to look at this chart the right way. Then you look to the left. See to the left, this is the last time we've been at these levels, right? On this indicator. 2024. January. We ain't seen this indicator go this low in that amount of time, right? This last time it was this low. Pay attention to this. Last time it was this low, we start coming out of the bear market, right? And then we went all the way up here. All right? Pay attention. Pay attention. Well, this is the price of Bitcoin against this fear and greed index. So you guys understand what this gray one is. Right? The colorful one is the fear and greed index. But I'm talking about the price movements of this level right here and this level. Right? But this is the price of Bitcoin. So we're going to move up with the fear and greed index. Look, we're down here. When this thing starts to come out of here and go up here, what do you think the price of Bitcoin going to do? It's going to follow. Look at every time it happens. Right? It's like it's following this highlighted line right here. So we understand that this is a good buying opportunity in the grand scheme of things, right? Yeah, we want everybody to be scared. It could go lower. We understand that. But do we care about that? No. I want to take out any time that it ever gets down this low, right? It's always a good buying opportunity, no matter what. Look at the dollar amount. It doesn't even matter, right? Because then next thing you know, you see a crazy run up in price. I'm looking at this gray one now, right? I'm looking at the gray one. Look at the crazy run up in the price, right? Every time we get down in here, I want to get my assets. I'm not going to say we because I'm not telling you what to do, but I want to get my assets down in this level, right? It should be simple to understand. So that's the first thing I look at. Then I go back, but I just look at it. It doesn't never take me that long to look at it. So look, because I just already know. But now when you guys got your phone and you looking at this stuff, you know exactly what to look at. And we look at the price of them. Okay, I've been said Bitcoin stay above 70,000. I don't care about nothing. See, this is when I stop caring about it. Right? I'm looking at the price. It's not in $70,000 range. That would be concern. If it went under 70,000, I would be in. That's when I would get in, be concerned. Until then, I don't care about this. I'm looking at the rest of the market. Where the deals at? Look, we down 5%, right? XRP, wow, it's holding that $2 level. Notice how I'm looking at this. I'm not looking at it as down, right? Because remember, we were buying this at 50 cents. We were buying this at 50 cents. And everybody's complaining that it's down, but for me, it is not down. It's not down. When we were at 50 cents, I would have prayed to God that it was at $2, right? I'd have prayed to God that it was at $2. What's up, Miss SJ? I see y'all in here. Appreciate y'all pulling up. We're going to get into this Trump thing, you know, in a second, but I just want you to see something, right? People keep crying, talking about the market is down, but when you zoom out, and you look at this market, we are not down. I was buying this damn thing when it was down here, right? When it was down here. This is called retracements, right? It's trying to find a bottom. It's trying to find a bottom, right? The money. This is the price. It looked like it's holding strong at its $2 mark. So when I'm looking at XRP, it doesn't look down to me. So if you came in and you start buying up here, when I was over on my live stream saying I didn't like that shit, right? It was too high, the fear and greed. When the fear and greed index was way up in the greed zone, this is where the price was at, right? The price was up here. Now we back into the fear zone and the price look like it's going to stable around $2. That's good for me. That should give the people that's invested now an idea that It's a strong level of support, right? People that's holding the price up around that $2 range. You should understand that. Me, I'm pissed. Right? Because let me tell you why. I made a lot of fucking money, but I'm pissed because I want to pay 50 cents for this. I don't want to pay no more than that. Why? Because I bought so much of it at 50 cents. Right? I done made profit off of this. I done sold it. You know what I'm saying? Now I can see if I want to make any more money at this, I'm gonna have to spend more than 50 cents. Right? So it's just weighing my options. I've been said if I see this XRP get down to like $1.75, I'm gonna be buying like a motherfucker. I've been said that. Right? XRP is it if that shit goes now, you guys that doesn't have any XRP, you guys can buy I'm not telling you what to do. Like understand $2 is a strong price point. So take it from your brain. We've been bouncing around this $2 level all throughout this madness with all this tariff and all this nonsense that the world's scared about. People like XRP. They like this. It's an army behind this damn thing, right? When you're thinking about it. So I want to see this price drop me because I'm being selfish, right? Because I bought so much of it at the bottoms of the market before this crazy run up. I done made money, all that. Help pay my kids tuition, all of that. Then did all of that, right? I need this fucking market. I don't think I'm ever going to see these prices again. If I do, it'd probably be something going crazy in the world and I'll be happy as hell to add more. Because remember, I told you I made all profit on this, right? $2 level looking very strong um, for the past fucking, let's see, let's go back a month, right? It's $2 range. See, it's holding strong right around in here. It don't want to fucking go down. Back here, feel me? It bounced off the same level. $2. $2, right? It might retest it again. It might go back to that $2 level. It might dip underneath it. But look, every time it goes underneath that $2 level, what happens? It get bought up. Right? That $2 shit get off the table quick. Right? This in the past month what you can see that's going on, right? What's this price? This is where I was buying it at. This is the past year. This is now a yearly chart, right? The price was down in here. I was buying all of this red shit. All of this line that's red. This is where I was accumulating, right? All of this accumulating like a motherfucker because I kept talking about it and I kept thinking about it and I was accumulating. I accumulated 11,000 of these tokens in this area right here. When we run up, that's when I collect profits because I understand the market needs to find a bottom. These are all hype. This is all hype. Euphoria in the market. Right? Notice I ain't looked at no money yet. I'm talking about this chart here, right? It's a euphoria in the market, and I don't want to get. I want to get some of my profit. I've been buying all of this shit for the longest, and now we get this type of 5x on my money. I'm ready to take some of that profit, and now everything that I have in XRP is free. I took my initial investment out along with a little bit of profit. Out of 11,000 tokens that I accumulated, I sold 6,000 of them. So I got 5,000 XRP for free. Like zero cost to me. This is why I want to see this thing go to $1.75. That's just my selfishness, right? But $2 is a strong level. I might not never see $1.75. I might not never see it, but if I see it, I'm gonna start buying like a motherfucker. Why? What would be? Where would you think that fear and greed index would be if XRP is at $1.75? It'll be probably way lower than it's at now. Cause how much worse can we get? You know, for the market to get crying and shit. This looked like it's gonna find a bottom area, a bottom zone around this price. And if you look, like I said, this is a yearly chart. This is a year. It bounced off of here multiple times. This $2 level, right? In the past year, it bounced off of here, went back up, bounced off again right here. Now here we go again. Bounce up again. Maybe go lower. I don't care. If I see it go lower than this $2, I'm gonna be happy, right? So that's XRP. What I think about XRP, I think it's a long-term hold. I think people need to stop panicking so much, right? BNB, this is another this is an exchange token, right? Ethereum. Ethereum is on sale for people that like Ethereum. Nothing to do but keep adding ownership at these cheaper prices. What you gonna run? You gonna sell everything for a loss? Don't do that, because this was at $2,000. You know, you could, and also you could buy this in pieces. You don't have to buy a full Ethereum if you don't want to. All right. What else I'm gonna look for on it? Let me see what my meme. Look, the meme token's falling out. Shiba Inu dropped to 16. This shit was like number 12. Number 14, it dropped two spots, a couple spots. They go my chain link. See, look, 1266. I might have to grab some chain link today, right? I want to get it in that $10 area, but I'll be pissed if the $10 lane don't come. So I would buy just maybe a couple just to add them. You know, I like this to crypto. I don't want to put too much money in here, because if it do keep going down, that means I can buy more for cheaper. That's all I'm looking to do, is gain ownership. Notice how I didn't look at my money yet, right? I'm looking at these tokens, see what, look at ADA, 64 cents, right? I'm looking at my money. I want to see this thing keep going down so I could buy. I ain't looking at my profit, nothing, right? 25 cents. I was buying this at 10 cents. I was on here talking about this at 10 cents. I made money on this one as well. I made a handsome ransom on this one, right? I was buying this at 10 cents, right? So is the market down? No, not to me. Not to me. I need this shit to go lower so I could start buying more, right? More than what I'm buying, because I constantly add, right? I constantly add to the market. I got a set amount that I put every week, whether I buy or whether I just pile it up, let it pile up, the cash, let the dry powder pile up to get one of these dips in the market like this so I can enter with fresh money. Because when the market is going down, man, cash is about to start turning king, right? Cash is king in the down market because you use that cash to add ownership. And why am I picking these projects? Because I saw Donald Trump put them on a list. He got a list of projects that he liked. He named them in the tweet. Okay, this is why I'm looking at these projects. Sui, I have this one. This one right here. I was buying this at my first Sui pickup, I think it was like $2.70. It's down 222. I got a few of them I keep adding. We gonna go into my portfolio in a second. This Hedera right here, I saw this at 5 cents. Notice how every price I'm saying these are higher at this point. I saw Chainlink at $9, right? Everything is higher. So is the market crashing for me? No, I'm in profit. That's when that greed side of you comes. Oh, well, I could have had, should have cashed, shut the hell up. We are building longevity here, right? The next time these things run up, I'm going to have that much more money in it because I'm going to continue adding ownership of my favorite crypto price projects on the low side. I'm getting deals right now. Once we start getting up here, Crowcoin is somewhere up here. They go PI. This what Thick Cut was talking about. 50 cent. I saw this run up to $2, $3 range. It was in the $2 range, this PI shit. See? It's on discount right now. If you want to add to that. It's in the top 30 too, damn. Working its way up there. So this is the first thing I look at. Then I go to my money. Let me see. Make sure. That's when I go to my money and look. Okay, 34. This was at 40 the other day. See, now I'm gonna be trying to put money in here. I'm trying to put money in here while it's down. Add more money in here. I don't give a damn if it's $50. Right? I want to get some more of this ownership. Right? Let's go. These are the coins that I got in my wallet. Well, no, these is my favorite. I don't got these. I don't got no Bitcoin. As soon as I seen that Bitcoin Ethereum, I know it. Look, see, I got $200 right here. I just spent $200 the other day. We gonna see all that though. All right, this is my transaction. All right, this what I've been doing. This what I did. The past few bit what I've been doing. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, this April 2nd transactions. Right. I saw the market drop. I spent $40. See, on this one little thing, just to add more. Right, just to add more to the bag. That's all I care about. I don't care about the money, none of that. I think it was a good deal, so I bought three of them for $40. Chain link, because they prices were like $13, right? So I bought three of them. Then you got this SUI transaction. You can see the dates of them on there too. April 2nd. This is when I was buying this stuff, right? Well, I traded some SUI I traded a little bit of Ando so I could get a little one more SUI. If you could see the transaction history. Then I bought this little thing just to add. I only put $11 in there, picked up 50 a little more. Because I took 200 and split it up. Right? I knew I wanted at least $100 worth of Ondo because it dropped. So I gained 118 more. See the little 18 extra? See how I sold it right here to pick up another one of these to make the numbers even? That's all I did. Because I think I had it 118 looked weird to me, and I'd rather add that to the Sui because I didn't like that 118. I just took off the 18, and then I bought one Sui with it. Like this was a few days ago, right? I spent $200. This is what I did. I ain't telling you to do this. But let me tell you something. This portfolio, this what you see on the screen, this $35,000. Make sure you guys can see that. That is started with like $6,000, $5 or $6,000, right? But what I do is every week I just keep adding money, especially when it go down. Then when these things start doubling and quadrupling, then you looking at these numbers. Are the 6, 7,000 that I start? No, 5,000 that I started with, and then every week I'm adding. I'm adding money every week. Boom, 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 boom. I don't care about the price. I don't care about the price. And look, so this is a combination of my $100 a week plus um whatever the account grown. Then you got to think it was upwards of 60,000 this account. But when it hit that 60,000 level, I came on and told everybody I sold and took profits because that's when everybody else was hype. That's when I took my profits. When everybody's getting excited, I take that. Let me get that. Take my profits. I took like maybe 10,000, and then now I'm watching. I took that money and did whatever the fuck I wanted to do with it. Free money. That's my profit. Or I could take that money and wait to the downswing and buy some things, but then you got to think you're living. I took some of that money, do what I want to do with it. When I started with six, I got to take 10 for free, and I'm still over here left with 35,000. But this is not, this is just me adding constantly now as well. Don't forget that part. Me adding constantly, like not giving up when everybody else is giving up. Now it's say 35,000. Other day it was at 40. So it's dropped. Why? Because of this tariffs. And let me tell you something. My account moved faster because it's I got so much stuff. So when them shits go down a little bit, it looked like a lot. But I done seen price swings 10,000 and 9,000 in a day. That shit just drop, boom, and then the next day it be back up. You like, God damn, I done seen that happen. So I don't ever care. Every time it goes down, I be wanting to add more ownership. Like right now, as you can see, I've been buying these little things, and look at the. I just put in $200. Just probably add up to close to $200 that I've been, just buying. All right, let's see, and I got $200 cash in there now. Cause notice how I didn't put all of it at once. See, I got $200 cash in there now, and I got today is Friday, so I get to put extra money in here. This I got to keep it with money in it to buy the opportunity. Right. So I got $200 ready to go, ready to enter this market, right? And I'm probably gonna pick up some more stuff, but that's why I didn't put it all in one time because I wanted to drop. I wanted to keep dropping. That's what I want. That's what I want. Why? Because ownership is the key to wealth. The more shares or the more exposure you have to an asset, that means when that asset goes up, your money goes up as well, right? So if I got 1,000 shares of something and it moves $1, that means I made $1,000, right? The shares, how many coins, how many tokens you got, the quantity, right? So I just accumulate that shit and make it grow bigger, 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 bigger. So that why every time it move a penny, right? I got some things on here that every time it move a penny, I make 1,500. If it go up a penny, if it go up a penny, it go up my the total amount that I have go up 1,500 because I got 150,000 of these little crow coins. So every time that bitch move a penny, my account go up 1,500, right? And then I'll think, okay, I need it every time I move a penny. I want my account to go up $10,000. How can I get that much ownership? Right? I need that much ownership. That way, if this bitch go up one penny, I'm gonna make that much. So how much do that cost? Okay, that's a certain goal that I want to achieve. Let me now I gotta just keep adding ownership. You see? And then when it move 50 cent, when people keep talking about things going to five, they told me XRP was gonna go to $5. I didn't wait for XRP to go to $5 before I took my money out of it. I waited till I 5 X'd it. I didn't even wait. That shit happened overnight. The shit was like boom, and then I took my money out of it. And that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of these too. So these are the few buys I've been making. Right here, you can see that. Why it don't show me? Yeah, it do show the prices and the amounts and all that. This Shiba Inu, remember I told you this is gambling. I'm just gambling with these. That's why I ain't put that much. This XRP balance, this total balance over here is free money to me. Understand that. It's free money sitting over here. This XRP. And it never went below too much. It went a little bit below 10,000, but it won't go too much. That's why I want see that nice even number, that 5,000 right there. I could start adding it to this and building this back up with free money um on top of it if it goes to my where I wanted to go. Then I'll start buying it, making it 5,010, 5,020, 5,050. Then 5,250. Add the money. You got to keep adding the fucking money. You got to keep adding ownership. So when these things move, you move a lot. And then what am I buying? This I told you this is gamble play. See this Stella? This is another one of those positions that's all free. All of this is free. This Stella because I was buying it at 10 cent. When it ran up to 50 cent, I sold a lot of it at 50 cent. I had 10,000 of them. When it ran up to 50 cent, I sold 2,000 of them, and that was enough to recuperate my initial investment and have a profit because it was so high in value, right? And I just left it. So this free, right? This 8,066. This bone is another gamble play. It goes with Shiba Inu. So this just gambling money. I don't care nothing too much about that. I know it could go to zero, but I know one day if I wake up and this thing moving crazy, I'ma sell it and give and collect whatever money is there. This might buy my daughter a car. This little Shiba Inu shit. Right? When it runs up. If it burns this fucking zero off right here, it's gonna buy more than a car. It's gonna buy a lot. And if it ever, but all people keep talking about is this thing going to a penny. If this thing goes to a penny, I'll be a millionaire. But that I don't it's gonna take a while for it to get to a penny, you know? So these are the ones that I got. This one right here, this Chronos, I got so much of this, but this is just the balance I have in this wallet. The rest of that is in my what you call it? My damn, what is that called? Staking. Yeah, it's in the staking. So this is just that. All right, now let's get into this Trump thing, man. People keep crying, man. Why they crying? Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Y'all been in here. Let me get some recognition to the chat, man. We got Americ Baker in here, Strawberry 10, Miss Chicago, Natron Black, Tasha Cherie. Yeah, y'all been pulling in here. I appreciate y'all coming in here, man. All right, so look, once you see this, you understand that when people say the market is crashing, I'm like, bruh, this shit's still up to me. Right? To me, this is still up. It can't lose. I'm pissed. I'm pissed because I want it to go down so I could get some more. Right? I already took profits and everything like that. You know, I want it to go down. It's not going down low enough for me. You know? What's up, Clara? All right. Let me play this so you guys can see what's going on. Let me get this. I'm getting this on the screen, and then we're gonna listen to it from what we think in our ear. It's gonna tell me this. Streaming. I got some new shit going on back here that I didn't see before. All right, let me make sure you get this on the screen. I gotta take this other one down. We share this. Let me make sure. Sometimes when I do this, it don't bring the audio. You gotta take. I'm gonna take it down and put it back up so I can make sure I get the audio. Sometimes it don't. You gotta do it like that. In my what I've been doing. All right. So this back up. All right. Let's listen to the boy. Now, whether you like it or not, this is where I wanted to go. So see, now that I looked at the market, I seen where my money at, and I engaged that I do want to buy some more, and certain ones that I do want to build out. Now I want to go listen to what happened over here, right? That's what I'll be doing. Let's see how y'all doing. What up, Maurice? You pulled up, man. Y'all in here, man. 40 deep, man. That's how y'all doing. All right, let's listen to this man and let's take in what he's saying. Right? This is very important. A lot of people crying. Look, they got all the workers right here. Let me give my initial what I think about this for real, for real. I think people ain't paying no attention to what's going on here. I think people are so upset with Trump that they can't see through the madness. All right. Think about what he's doing here. He just turned America into a money generating asset. Let's let that sink in. He just turned America into a money generating asset at the bottom line. Right? You know who was America's asset? You, the taxpayer. That was America leveraging, taxing your ass so that's how they would generate income. All right? So What he's doing now, he is turning America into a money generating asset in itself based off the tariffs. So who does that take a little pressure off of? You hear them talking about no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. So what's going to take in place of that money that they taxing out of your pocket every week? What's going to take the place of that? These tariffs. If you want to do business with us, you're going to pay us. And now we got no tax on overtime. That's what it made me think. That's how I'm thinking about it. Now we got less income tax we got to take from you because now we got a money making asset on itself. Matter of fact, we going to give everybody, what he say the Doge going to give everybody? We going to give everybody a refund on what the fuck y'all been getting jerked about. So is this putting America first? In my opinion, yes. You might not like it. I don't care. It puts America first. America should be paid because it's the biggest, baddest in the world. So if you want to do business with us, you're going to have to pay. I don't understand why people so pissed off about that. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's weird, right? And this fear that you see in these markets, what's causing me to lose this money, right? Well, not lose no money. Let me rephrase that. Causing my portfolio to go down makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. That's why I want to buy it. I don't care why everybody else scared. It don't make no sense. You think it is a problem that Americans get paid just for you wanting to take our American dollar? You want to do business with us. So if you want to do business with us, you gotta pay. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? I don't understand. That makes perfect sense to me. That's putting America first and it's taking pressure off of its citizens, its taxpaying citizens. People always complaining, man. We need to understand that this right here is our president, whether you like it or not. The hell with your feelings. This guy on the screen is your president. You mad? Oh well. He's not my president. Yes, the fuck he is. Regardless if he's not yours in your brain or not, he's the president of the United States of America. Period. It ain't your president, but it is. You can feel how you want to feel, don't make it true. He's everybody's president. He's a president of the United States of America. Whether you like it or not. He's a businessman. He's thinking about business. He could possibly turn America into a money generating asset for a long time. We won't have to pay no taxes now. Everybody crying, oh, it's gonna make our prices go up. Prices on what? Prices on stuff that's not American made. So why you keep supporting these other countries? Support your Americans. What's up with that? We spend money everywhere. He's looking at this. He's making a power move. This ain't no chess. I mean, this ain't no war. This like chess. Just think about it. He's gonna take this country, turn into a money generating asset. Most people, if he follow throughs, now we gotta hold him to this stuff now. We need to get behind our president so we can hold him accountable. Understand what he's trying to do. Oh, the price on your imported goods might go up. Guess what? The profit's gonna go down. If you stop buying those overseas stuff and you help him out, what he trying to do, he's leveraging this shit. He's using the United States as leverage in what he's doing right here. You want to do business with us, you know we got the best dollar. You come over here to work in our country to make all the money. You know the money over here. You know you want to do business with us. So this is how we rolling. He's using you as leverage. So you might as well stop complaining. And what you can do is stop buying shit that's not made in America. That's what you can do. and help him out a little bit, because then you have leverage. Look, it ain't gonna last forever, man. This what you're looking at is not gonna last forever. He want to have leverage to tell these businesses, look, it's more beneficial if you build that business back in America. You see, you losing money. Look at your profits. Your profits going down. See, in the next couple of years, he'd be able to talk like that to these other countries. You see, when he going to meet with these people, let him do his fucking job. He a businessman. He trying to run his business. He trying to get an understanding. Y'all not about to keep living off of us for free. This gonna be both ways. This ain't no one-way street. And I understand exactly what he's doing. This is my synopsis of the point of what he's doing. Now let's listen to him talk. Stephen with the 5 gifted again, man. Appreciate y'all. Kevin Ellis in here. Y'all in the bushes is what's up, man. Just listen to me. Let me break this down. Well, I don't want to do all these damn breakdowns. Break this shit down.
Waiting for a long time.
Can y'all hear this? I hope y'all can hear this. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear it. Somebody just put a 1.
April 2nd, 2025 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
Boom. That's all I want to hear. You see, when I'm looking at this, he talking to me. That's how I'm looking at it. Listen, man, people keep talking about all these other topics and all this other bullshit. You know, the money is what runs shit, right? You know that, right? So imagine if he could turn America into a money generating asset and not a liability, right? And the person that's fucking generating all the money is you, the tax paying American, and you are American. Right? And you gotta fucking pay for this shit. Your children gotta pay for this shit. Everybody gotta pay for this shit. He said, hold it, horse. We gonna charge y'all to do some business with us, and we gonna take some of this pressure off my people, off the American people. So you could get no tax on your overtime now, because we generating this X amount of dollars from these damn tariffs. So you don't have to pay for your overtime. Wouldn't that help you out? That'll help everybody out. That'll help everybody out. That would help. Now he got the means to do it by taxing the shit out these motherfuckers if y'all want to do business. How you want to act? You better stop taxing us. It better be free. Everything better be reciprocal. You hear what he talking about? He talking about business. He ain't talking about your family. This is his area of expertise. You heard? America's a business, whether you like it or not. And he's trying to help. And I see what he's trying to do here. Right? How much stuff we buy that come from overseas? Peep game. Look at what you're doing to yourself, American. You American first. You American first, but everything in your house is imported from another country. But you American first. He gonna force the public to stop buying their bullshit. And if they want to keep buying it, guess what? You're gonna have to pay more money to buy this imported shit. Or y'all could cooperate and stop buying all this stupid shit. Buy American for maybe, let's only do it for 6 months. Let's do it for a year. Come on, American people, rock with me now. This is a business move I'm trying to make here. Right? Do it for a year and let me go back to these people and say, look how much money you lost. Now, this is what I can do for you. I can help you if you want to build this business or this factory in my country. We don't have to worry about no taxes. It's a business move. Now you got jobs created. And he's using America as leverage in this business proposition. This is all about money. This is all about money. So what are you going to do while you watching this? Nothing? You're going to just complain? That's what you're going to do? You just going to complain? Shh, that complaining shit don't work. You know how many people complain that shit don't work? That shit don't work. You got to take some action. So I'm looking at this. I'm like, what Trump talking about?
25 will forever be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again.
Let's go, Trump, man. Talk to me now, huh? You talking that money talk. Man, we all should be behind this shit. Pay attention to what he's doing. Let's go, Trump.
Going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American steelworkers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen, we have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years.
All right. Do I have to replay that? What he say right there was a lie. Tell me where he lied at. What you complaining about, man? Let this man, this his area of expertise. Stop talking about this shit. Y'all keep being distracted by all that other stuff that really don't even matter. Your choice, my choice, fucking all this dumb shit that y'all in the politics worried about. He talking about this money right now, man. So let's rewind that and tell me where he fucking lied at. He didn't lie not one time.
April 2nd, 2025 will forever.
What up, Jonathan Thompson? Omni 20, I see you in here. J-Dub in the building. Appreciate you.
Be remembered as the day American industry was reborn, the day America's destiny was reclaimed, and the day that we began to make America wealthy again. Going to make it wealthy, good and wealthy. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. American.
Okay, listen to what he said right there. For years, we've been getting swindled by these other countries. Friend and foe, both of them, been taking advantage of you. Now, when he's talking about America, he's talking about as a business, you being the product, you, the American taxpayer, you. That's who he's talking about right here. Okay.
Steel workers, auto workers, farmers, and skilled craftsmen. We have a lot of them here with us today. They really suffered gravely. They watched it.
They suffered because why? They couldn't do their job because they took those factories and those plants out of here, and those same farmers and workers were getting displaced. Get it? For profit. This his area of expertise, man. This dude don't need to be the president. You know he worth like 13, 14 billion, probably worth more now. Last time I even looked at it, it don't make no sense. Once you get that in the billionaires, that you talking about all these dudes. He don't need this damn office. He tired of watching America get abused. This is America first. Can we agree? If you don't want to put American first, then you're not American. I don't hear not one lie yet. You, the taxpayer, your money been getting fucked off. That's what he said just now.
Anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and foreign.
You see how he talking about them factories and our jobs and our buildings? That's you, the American taxpayer. You complaining about? This is money talk. Y'all could argue about all that one gender and all that shit, because it only is two genders though, on some real shit. But anyway, y'all could argue about all that shit. Don't keep arguing about this right here.
Scavengers have torn apart our once beautiful American dream. We had an American dream that you don't hear so much about. You did 4 years ago, and you are now, but you don't too often, and for many years and decades even, you didn't hear too much about. Our country and its taxpayers have been ripped off for more than 50.
Notice how he talking about them taxpayers, right? You hear him saying stuff like, we gonna get rid of the IRS. How can we get rid of the IRS? How? You know how? If America could generate money. How can America generate money? By making these other countries pay us. The fuck is you talking about? Now we gotta generate in you as an American worker. because they're going to probably tax you, but they be able to lower your taxes. Now, not only are we getting all this income, you got to think about it as a human, right? You're getting all this income now into your pocket, America. So now we can take the burden off of you, the citizen. That's why we want citizens in this bitch. Close the borders. Stop letting these people in here invade our stuff. You're giving it all away. You're giving it away. You can't have nothing for your future generation if you give everything away. We giving them our jobs. We letting them come in here, take our welfare. We giving it all away. Let them eliminate it. Yeah, you're going to have some people complaining in the meantime. They're going to get thrown through the ringer. But you got maybe a little bit of time of doing this until his policies take effect. And then what? You're going to be happy. Now we got to go through Congress and all this bullshit because I seen them talking about Congress had a vote or something like that. But let him do his damn job, yo. This is his job right here. This is the money dance. He playing a money dance with these people. It ain't even about no war, no bombs or nothing. He playing a money dance. He making all those people pay. And I agree with him. He the man. And he leveraging you. We supposed to be behind this guy, man. Behind at least the American flag. Like shit. We trying to get this money, man. It makes sense to me. Y'all not gonna keep getting over on us, man. Nope. We not gonna keep letting y'all get all the money, and our kids got to keep slaving for the rest of their life because they got to pay so much damn taxes. Come on, man. Stop buying that shit just do that shit for like a year. Come on, America. Stop buying the foreign shit for like a year and watch he have more leverage. He have more leverage. You know how he get the leverage, right? Because those business owners think about money. So they're going to see their profits going down. Now I got leverage. Told you. Nah, boo-boo. Now what? Let's come on back. Now, you need to build them factories back over here, sir. That's what you need to do. Let him do that. He playing a money dance with these people.
Years, but it is not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen.
Good.
In a few moments, I will sign a historic executive order instituting reciprocal tariffs on countries throughout the world. Reciprocal. That means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get any simpler than that.
Can't get no simpler than that. Good job, Trump.
This is one of the most important days, in my opinion.
What up, Juicy Fruit?
In American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. For years.
You hear what he's talking about? This is what I think. This is what he's trying to do. What I'm saying, I think he's trying. This is my opinion on it. Let's see.
Hardworking American citizens were forced to
see what he's talking about. He's talking about you, and he's making sense to me. I don't understand who got a problem with this. Just want to have a problem with anything the man does. I don't understand. Let him do this money dance. Y'all talk about all that other stuff. All right, all that other stuff. When they talk about the money dance, let the $13 billion man before the office talk about the money dance, all right? That's what I want y'all to do. And chill the fuck out and stop stressing so much. And because of that, you're going to tell me these markets are crashing because of that? Let me buy some more of these markets up. Shit. Keep crashing then. I'm going to buy this week. I'm going to buy next week. I'm going to buy the week after that. I'm going to just keep adding ownership because ownership is the key to wealth. And once this leverage stuff is over with, when he finally get what he looking for, a country that generates money, when he finally get what he's looking for, then maybe you'll have a less burden at the tax man. Maybe you could keep some of that overtime money when you're working all those extra hours. And before you know it, those car factories will be back on American soil. Take a break from being a consumer. Right? I'm trying to, since he want to do all this and the market crashing, I'm trying to add ownership. Because this is good, in my opinion.
countries throughout the world. Reciprocal. That means they do it to us and we do it to them. Very simple. Can't get
What up, Juicy Fruit? What up, Keisha?
any simpler than that. This is one of the most important days, in my opinion, in American history. It's our declaration of economic independence. For years, hardworking American citizens were forced to sit.
See, talking about you, the hardworking American citizen, right? He's using you as leverage. This is leverage. He's playing a game with these people. He done made it leverage and been successful in his real life. Now he's about to use America as leverage. He's leveraging America. Is what he's doing. He's telling these countries, nah, I bet you want this American dollar, don't you? You sure you want this dollar? You can't have it. Unless you do this. Unless you do this, this, and this. Because if you do this, and this, we all good. I like it. Boss man shit right here.
Sit on the sidelines as other nations got rich and powerful, much of it at our expense.
Yup. Where you lie at. These nations got rich and powerful off of it, off the expense of you. Yup. With those trades, with them allowing to make all that money off of you. Because you keep buying all their stuff. And they making all the money off of you. And they getting more powerful and more powerful and more powerful. How is this not America first? How is this, what he doing right now, not American first? Somebody tell me that. Unless you just want to keep letting everybody get more powerful than you. Making so much money off of you. Keep buying their stuff. And you talking about how many wars they got, how much bombs they got. I wonder how they got all that.
But now it's our turn to prosper, and in so doing, use trillions and trillions of dollars to reduce our taxes and pay down our national debt, and it'll all happen.
I hear that taxes and I hear that pay down our national debt, but I hear that taxes. That means you, the American citizen. He can help you with that tax burden. That's why he keep talking all this no tax on overtime. Man, I hear him loud and clear. I don't know why people complain about this.
Very quickly. With today's action, we are finally going to be able to make America great again, greater than ever before.
Fact. No tax on overtime. All I can think about is that. And let alone anything else he decides to do. If he want to cut taxes on top of that, say no taxes on whatever the fuck your income tax. Wow, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? Because of these tariffs. They better get down to lay down. And I love it. I love it.
Jobs and factories will come roaring back into our country, and you see it happening already.
Exactly. I've been talking about that. It's a fact.
We'll supercharge our domestic industrial base. We will pry open foreign markets and break down foreign trade barriers. And ultimately, more production at home will mean stronger competition and lower prices for consumers. This will be indeed the golden age of America. It's coming back.
All right, you hear that, right? He keep talking about this golden age of America. You know what's included in that golden age, right? All these crypto assets that these people selling off. That's what's included in that golden age as he's talking about. Right? All these assets that these people running around here getting scared, selling off.
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen.
That's a part of that golden age. So if these people want to sell all their assets, let them. Let me gain some of that ownership. Because, and again, he put out the tweet about the specific ones he named by name that he want to be introduced into a stockpile. That he wants America to stockpile these cryptos and stuff, right? He want to stockpile them. What's wrong with that? Tell me what's wrong with that. Nothing. That's good for me. Nothing is wrong with that. That makes sense to me. Now I need to just work my way until I can get these ownership up. You see how you got XRP right there in your face? This is crazy. This is how I link it all in, right? He's telling you which ones. This are only a few, right? When you do more research, you start understanding he want American based. You heard him say it's going to be mine minted in America. He's telling you he want the American based, in my opinion, that he want the American based cryptocurrencies to be strategically stockpiled in the United States Reserve, which means they're going to be accumulating these. So if they are accumulating these American-based cryptos, why shouldn't you start accumulating as well? You know? And if I can accumulate these on a down price, like, because people overreacting to this, which like is nonsense to me, it's fucking stupid. If people overreacting to this, I might just take that opportunity and add me some more.
We're going to come back very strongly. We're pleased to be joined on this momentous occasion by Vice President J.D. Vance. J.D., thank you. Thank you.
I hope that's the next president. I hope he the next one. I'm gonna vote for him. I want to see if I don't know none of these people in the front.
Thank you very much. Where are you, J.D.? No, that wasn't too hard to find. I was looking, he likes to take a low-key attitude, so usually we sit right in front. He's gaining a lot of confidence, Mike, isn't it? And nearly my entire cabinet is here, as well as Speaker Mike Johnson, who's done an amazing job. And with the great success we had last night in Florida, we have a majority of 7. And 7's like a lot when we had it at 1, right? You've done a fantastic job. And many of the members of the House and Senate are with us. Senators, Congressmen, thank you all for
All right, blah, blah, blah. See, this style, I don't care about all that.
being with us. Nations placed massive tariffs on our products and created outrageous non-monetary barriers to decimate our industries. And in many cases, the non-monetary barriers were worse than the monetary ones. They manipulated their currencies, subsidized their exports, stole our intellectual property, imposed exorbitant VAT taxes to disadvantage our products, adopted unfair rules and technical standards, and created filthy pollution havens. They were absolutely filthy, but they always came to us and they said, we're violating, we should pay for it. It's all detailed in a very big report by the U.S. Trade Representative on foreign trade barriers. And I'll just hold it up for you. It's available, and you don't have to pay too much. As I understand it, you'll pay nothing. It's a lot of work for something, actually, because it's a special book. It's frankly, it's very upsetting when you read it, when you see what people have been doing to us for 30 years. This all happened with no response from the United States of America, none whatsoever. But those days are over. Let me offer just a few examples of the vicious attacks our workers have faced for so many years. The United States charges other countries only a 2.4 tariff on motorcycles. Meanwhile,
You see, he's telling you the breakdown now. He's talking about how much they charge us and how much we're going to charge them. And I think he's let him do his job. I think y'all need to let him help America get to be wealthy. That's what I think. That's what I think. Y'all need to let him do his job, especially when it's talking about this type of stuff. This is all business moves he's making right here. Y'all need to let the businessman do that. And stop complaining about this. Keep complaining about the other stuff. Don't keep complaining about this right here.
Thailand and others are charging much higher prices, like 60%. India charges 70%. Vietnam, 0.4 tariff on motorcycles. Meanwhile, Thailand and others are charging much higher prices, like 60%. India charges 70%. Vietnam charges 75% higher price cycles. Meanwhile, charges other countries only a 2.4 tariff on motorcycles.
He said America charges other countries 2.4% on motorcycles. Okay, he's using an example. That's how much we charge. Now listen to what he say they charge.
Meanwhile, Thailand and others are charging much higher prices, like 60%. India charges
60%. Come on, American. You ain't mad about that? Come on, man. Let him do his thing, man.
70%. Vietnam charges 75%, and others are
Damn.
even higher than that. Likewise, until today, the United States has for decades charged a 2.5 tariff. Think of that, 2.5% on foreign-made automobiles. The European Union charges us more than 10% tariffs, and they have 20% VATs, much, much higher. India charges
Okay, so the car dude, the car salesman for all y'all crying about the cars, he just told you the drill. He said European. It's that Benz you got over there. Me too.
on foreign-made automobiles. The European Union charges us more than 10% tariffs, and they have 20% VATs, much, much
So they charge us 10% more. 10% tariffs.
higher. India charges 70%, and perhaps worst of all are the non-monetary restrictions imposed by South Korea, Japan, and very many other nations. As a result of these colossal trade barriers, 81% of the cars in South Korea are made in South Korea. 94% of the cars in Japan are made in Japan. Toyota sells 1 million foreign-made automobiles into the United States, and General Motors sells almost none. Ford sells very little. None of our companies are allowed to go into other countries. And I say that
What? Who's mad about this? He said none of our dealers are able to go into other countries. But what the fuck? Wait, run that back, man.
imposed by South Korea, Japan, and very many other nations. As a result of these colossal trade barriers, 81% of the cars in South Korea are made in South Korea. 94% of the cars in Japan are made in Japan. Toyota
Okay, so all these countries that he's listing, most of the cars that's in their streets are made in their country. Is what he's saying.
sells 1 million foreign-made automobiles into the United States.
So Toyota sells 1 million vehicles into the United States, okay? So they making money off the United States, right?
And General Motors sells almost none.
General Motors don't sell none.
Ford sells very little. None of our companies are allowed to go into other countries. And I say that
None of our companies are allowed to go into any other country. Wow. But they could just build their factories and send all that stuff over here and we keep paying for it. Shit.
friend and foe. And in many cases, the friend is worse than the foe in terms of trade. But such horrendous
What up, Biggie? What up, Clean?
imbalances have devastated our industrial base and put our national security at risk. I don't blame these other countries at all for this calamity. I blame former presidents and past leaders who weren't doing their job. They let it happen, and they let it happen to an extent that nobody can even believe. That's why, effective at midnight, we will impose a 25% tariff on all foreign-made automobiles.
Yeah. Yep. 25% tariff on all foreign automobiles. You heard? You about to get paid. Man, I don't see nothing wrong with that. We making them rich. So that means Toyota, you got to pay. So I bet you what you gonna do? You gonna move one of them factories in the United States is what you gonna do. Yup. I'll be the new worker at the Toyota plant. All the welders and all that shit where they make the cars at. Or they have robots in there like Ronald said. But you still create jobs because people gotta operate the robots.
Thank you. Brian, I'd like to have you come up here for a second, okay? I just see him sitting. He's been a fan of ours, and he understands this business a lot better than the economists, a lot better than anybody. Brian, say a few words, please, would you? Thank you. It's a great honor to have you. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Trump slick with it. He put a worker up there. Let's go. Tell us about it.
I grew up just north of Detroit, Michigan, in Macomb County, known as the home of the Reagan Democrats. my first vote for president was for Ronald Reagan. I thought that was going to be the best president I ever saw in my lifetime until Donald J. Trump came along. I have watched my entire life, I have watched plant after plant after plant in Detroit and in the Metro Detroit area close. There are now plants sitting idle. There are now plants that are underutilized. And Donald Trump's policies are going to bring product back into those underutilized plants. There's going to be new investment. There's going to be new plants built. And the UAW members, and I brought 20 of them with me, they're sitting right over here. We support Donald Trump's policies on tariffs 100%. So, Mr. President, we can't thank you enough. And in 6 months or a year, we're going to begin to see the benefits. I can't wait to see what's happening 3 or 4 years down the road. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. Thank you. What a great.
So that's basically what I said I thought would happen. The dude, but he might have been a little overhyped with it. But basically, he's saying the same thing. The jobs and stuff will be brought back. And they will have to bring those factories back over here. Imagine that. The owner of Toyota, he think that them tariffs gonna work. But if you, the American, keep going to buy those cars, then it ain't gonna work. See, you gotta slow that down, American. Right? Let's help him out here. I want to see what this he playing a money dance on these people, man. Is what he doing. He trying to help you out. Would you like to have no tax on overtime? I would. I would right now. I need that. Let me get that. You know how much they take out my check for taxes, man? It's crazy. I ain't even gonna lie. Shit. With that extra money they taking for overtime, I could buy a Toyota with that motherfucker. Import that motherfucker and pay the taxes on it. That's how much taxes they take on my shit. They be tripping. I'll be like, bruh.
Great guy. He got it right from the beginning.
What up, DT? With the 5 gifted. I appreciate that, man.
He got it before almost anybody else. This group over there, they got it too. And, you know, we won the state of Michigan. We won almost all of them. But we won Michigan by a lot, and I want to just thank you all. The auto workers were fantastic. The Teamsters were fantastic. Everyone was pretty good, I will tell you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're going to be very happy very soon, and you probably see what's happening with all of the, not only car companies, but car companies in particular. You see it with all of the ones they're moving, they're announcing day in, day out. You're seeing it. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. With today's actions, we're also standing up for our great farmers and ranchers who are brutalized by nations all over the world. It's brutalized.
So he's saying the farmers and stuff, we keep getting, maybe importing their bananas and shit. Or whatever the farmers, you know, food from the farmers, dairy and all that stuff. Old McDonald had a farm, so he hollering at the farmers, saying we importing a lot of food from other people. And they only do that for profit. You know? Makes sense.
Canada, by the way, imposes a 250 to 300% tariff on many of our dairy products. They do the first can of milk. They do the first little carton of milk at a very low price, but after that it gets bad, and then it gets up to 275, 300%. So when they're figuring what's Canada charging, they say, oh, about 2%, 3%. But take a look at what happens down the road. When you look a little bit, it's not a pretty picture, and we don't like it, and it's not fair. It's not fair to our farmers. It's not fair to our country. And with countries like Canada, you know, we subsidize a lot of countries and keep them going and keep them in business. In the case of Mexico, it's $300 billion a year. In the case of Canada, it's close to $200 billion a year. And I say, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I mean, at what point do we say you got to work for yourselves, and you got to? This is why we have the big deficits. This is why we have that amount of debt that's been placed on our heads over the last number of years, and we're really not.
I don't know if y'all realize we 33 trillion in debt. That's crazy. If you as a person, you have horrible credit with that kind of debt.
Making it anymore. Through non-tariff barriers, the European Union bans imports of most American poultry. You understand? They say, we want to send you our cars, we want to send you everything, but we're not going to take anything that you have. Australia bans, and they're wonderful people and wonderful.
What up, Michelle, Bryant? See y'all pulling up energy, cutting edge in the building. I see y'all. Hey, man, I appreciate them 5 gifted, DT.
everything, but they banned American beef, yet we imported $3 billion of Australian beef from them just last year alone. They won't take any of our beef. They don't want it because they don't want it to affect their farmers. And you know what? I don't blame them, but we're doing the same thing.
Pause, Trump. You wildin'. He said, I ain't even gonna repeat that. Pause.
Right now, starting about midnight tonight, I would say. And China charges American rice farmers an overquota, it's called, a tariff rate of 65%. South Korea charges 50, actually, they charge different from 50% to 513%. And Japan, our friend, charges us 700%. But that's because they don't want us selling rice, another thing. Who can blame them, Madam Secretary? Agriculture, great job you did on eggs, by the way. The egg prices came down 50%. You got them down 50% once we got involved.
Oh, so people were crying and complaining about the eggs when they was expensive, but nobody's saying we appreciate the eggs coming down. Cause wow, I didn't hear nobody talking about how they so happy that the prices of eggs came down. I think people just looking for stuff to complain about.
Well, they were going through the sky, the egg prices, they were going through the sky, and you did a fantastic job. Now we have lots of eggs, and they're much cheaper, down about 59% now, and they're going down further. We charge 2.8% for so many things that other countries are charging 200%, 300%, and 400% for. If imposing tariffs and protective barriers made nations poor, then every country on earth would be racing to eliminate these policies, and China would be the first in line. They run a very strong country, but they're not first in line, and the American people are paying a very big price. From 1789 to 1913, we were a tariff-backed nation, and the United States was proportionately the wealthiest it has ever been. So wealthy, in fact, that in the 1880s, they established a commission to decide what they were going to do with the vast sums of money they were collecting. We were collecting so much money so fast, we didn't know what to do with it. Isn't that a nice problem to have? What do you think, Marco? Good problem?
Hell yeah, that's a good problem. See how he talking about how America's collecting money? He want to start making America collect money again. That'll help not pay so much taxes.
Marco would love that problem. But we don't have that problem anymore, but we're not going to have it very much longer, I will tell you. But they collected so much money, they actually formed a commission to determine what they were going to do with the money, who they were going to give it to, and how much. Then in 1913, for reasons unknown to mankind, they established the income tax so that citizens, rather than foreign countries, would start paying the money necessary to
See how I keep doing this?
give it to, and how much. Then in 1913, for reasons unknown to mankind, they established the income tax so that citizens.
See that? He said for reasons unknown to mankind, why they even do that? Why they even do that right there? So now you got to pay taxes. He's talking about taking this away. Man, this would be epic. Like real talk, if you didn't have to pay no taxes, everybody be trying to be a businessman. Shit. I be trying to sell skyscrapers, and at that point, what the hell you talking about? No taxes. Probably won't never be like that though.
Citizens, rather than foreign countries, would start paying the money necessary to run our government. Then in 1929, it all came to a very abrupt end with the Great Depression, and it would have never happened if they had stayed with the tariff policy.
You see, Juicy Fruit, I see that question. You said, did the price even go down? You see that? People said eggs went down. Where was I? You feel me? That's what I was thinking. He said that. What's up, Double Speak? He said that. He said the price of eggs went down, and he was congratulating somebody in the office. I mean, in the audience. He said the price of eggs went down thanks to this person. But I didn't hear nobody saying the price of eggs went down. I heard a lot of people crying about it though. That's what they do, man. They always complain. Find something to complain about. He let this man do his fucking job. People be tripping. All that other stuff y'all want to argue about that shit. But when it comes to this money talk, man, let this man do what the hell he supposed to do. Cause I want to see what it's like not to pay no tax. I dare him. I dare it. Man, let's go, America. Man, come on, man. What they gonna do? We the baddest in the business. What they gonna do? We got military. We got all type of shit. What they gonna do? Shit.
See, it would have been a much different story. They tried to bring back tariffs to save our country, but it was gone. It was gone. It was too late. Nothing could have been done. It took years and years to get out of that depression, far longer than even FDR had that office right over there for a long period of time. The ramp system, that's rather intricate, was built because of him. And every time you walk up, you think of him. And he did a great job in many ways, but it lasted long beyond his terms, as you know. But it's not too late any longer, and we're going to start being smart, and we're going to start being very wealthy again. We're going to be wealthy as a country because they've taken so much of our wealth away from us. We're not going to let that happen. We truly can be very wealthy. We can be so much wealthier than any country. It's not even believable, but we're getting smart. Nearly a century later, in the face of unrelenting economic warfare, the United States can no longer continue with a policy of unilateral economic surrender. We cannot.
Man, he's saying we can't keep giving up this money to these people. Let me do this. I got this. I think he gonna get it right. I can just imagine not paying no taxes. Who else ever told you some stuff? Man, go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
Pay the deficits of Canada, Mexico, and so many other countries. We used to do it. We can't do it anymore. We take care of countries all over the world. We pay for their military. We pay for everything they have to pay. And then when you want to cut back a little bit, they get upset that you're not taking care of them any longer. But we have to take care of our people, and we're going to take care of our people first. And I'm sorry to say that.
Yeah.
And today we're standing up for the American worker, and we are finally putting America first.
I think he's doing that too. I think he's doing that too. I don't see where people tripping on him. I think we need to let this work and see if this works. We need to help him out. Stop buying them Chinese stuff. Let them get a problem when it comes to they see how much money they made this year off of your money. Let's start buying American made stuff. Facts. Let's get him out of here. Cause it's wrong. It is wrong, man. He's right. He using America as leverage, boy. Let's go. He using the American dollar as leverage is what he's doing. This ain't no joke right here. He ain't playing with these other countries with war. He's playing them with money. He's throwing money and he's playing the money dance. I'm with it. And the market going down because of it. Let's go. Let me get all these cheap cryptos.
In sleepy Joe Biden's last year in office, the United States hemorrhaged 100,000 manufacturing jobs, and the number was going through the roof at levels never seen before. And our trade deficit reached a record $1.2 trillion, which is unheard of. Since the beginning of NAFTA, the worst trade deal ever made, it was a horror show. I was able to terminate it. They all said you'd never be able to get it out. We had to get approval from Congress to get it terminated. We had to live with that deal. It was the worst trade deal ever made by far. But since the very beginning of NAFTA, our country lost 90,000 factories. Think of what that is, 90,000. Think about putting a...
Damn, 90,000 factories the country lost. That's a lot of people that don't have jobs anymore. You know, where I work at, I could just tell my friends or whoever that they can get a job. And if you taking the factories away, then what? It's a lot of people that worked at those 90,000 factories that lost jobs because they took those buildings and moved them somewhere else. Nah, bruh. Man, get them. They got to pay.
Map up and putting tax on it. You wouldn't have...
What up, Genesis? Well, appreciate it 20, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'd like to cover this part right here, Genesis. This is about money, though.
Enough room. 90,000. I said, is that possible? We had it checked 4 different times, and it was actually somewhat higher than that. And 5 million manufacturing jobs were lost while racking up trade deficits.
Dang, 5 million jobs.
Of 9.
Let's say he exaggerated. Let's say it's 4 million jobs or 3 million jobs. That's a lot of fucking jobs. A lot of families. Psh.
$19 trillion. That was the worst trade deal ever made. As a result of these gigantic losses, foreign nations now own $26 trillion more of American assets than think of this, than the Americans own of their own foreign assets or other foreign assets. The United States can.
What he said? We don't own as much of their foreign stuff, so we don't have many Americans buying like land and stuff over there. But they are buying it over here. How much?
Jobs were lost while racking up trade deficits of $19 trillion. That was the worst trade deal ever made. As a result of these gigantic $1 billion, that was lost while racking up trade deficits of $19 trillion. That was the worst trade deal ever made. As a result of these gigantic losses, foreign nations now own 20.
I'm gonna make sure I heard him when he said that. He said 19 trillion is what he said. That's a lot of dollars. Shh.
$26 trillion more of American assets think of this, than the Americans own of their own foreign assets or other foreign assets. The United States can no longer produce enough antibiotics to treat our sick. We have a tremendous problem. We have to go to foreign countries to treat our sick. If anything ever happened from a war standpoint, we wouldn't be able to do it. We import virtually all of our computers, phones, televisions, and electronics. We used to dominate the field, and now we import it all from different countries.
See, this is crazy, man. Why do we import it? Because they took those buildings out. They don't want to build this. They don't want to build, man. He played a money game with them. So y'all don't want to build y'all factories over here for profits, right? Nah. Y'all want to get this American dollar because y'all getting rich off of us. These other countries are getting rich off of us. So you want to get this American dollar, you're going to have to bring your business and move it over here, sir. Or you can't get no more money. Or you can still do business, but we're going to charge you to do business. You're not going to send your shit over here for cheap. You're going to have to pay. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Or let's make it even. If you don't charge us, we won't charge you. Because they wildin'. They making all this money extra on our sweat. It makes sense to me. He said reciprocal. So that means be fair. And he trying to even it up a little bit. If you taxing me, I'm taxing you back. What the hell wrong with y'all? Yeah, I agree with this, man.
Single shipyard in China now produces more ships every year than all of the American shipyards combined. Think of that. And it was a business that we used to dominate. We used to dominate it totally. In short, chronic trade deficits are no longer merely an economic problem. They're a national emergency that threatens our security and our very way of life. It's a very great threat to our country. And for these reasons,
I think he's right about that, because if we so dependent on these other countries, that is a threat. Because they could just cut us off at any time. We need to start building this stuff in America. What about this is not America first? Shit. Now, would it be a problem to me? This one it'll be a problem if I still see them keep not taking the tax off my overtime. Just give me the tax off my overtime. let me just keep that, straight up. Tax 40 hours if you're gonna take. Like, come on, man. I dare them to do that. That means everybody will be able to afford more things. That's what he means by America will become more wealthy. Because you get to keep more of your money instead of the government taking it. Why does the government, and what do they do with your money? They give it away for dumb shit. This is what he's talking about. And I agree with this shit. And if he could get these people to stop playing with us, we all could have more money. Shit. What's wrong with this? I think this putting America first. Now, what are you going to do with the money? Now, that's the problem. But I still think this should be basic. Like, right? It should be even. How you going to do business like that? Y'all charging us all these percent tax. All this tariffs on this import shit. Y'all charging us double the price. Shit, crazy. And we paying for it too. Yeah, I agree.
Tomorrow, the United States will implement reciprocal tariffs on other nations. It's been a long time since we even thought of that. We used to think about it a lot. We didn't think about it for many decades, and you see what's happened. For nations that treat us badly, we will calculate the combined rate of all their tariffs, non-monetary barriers, and other forms of cheating. And because we are being very kind, we're kind people, very kind. You're not so kind when you get ripped off with your salaries. My auto worker friends and my Teamster friends and all of the unions that typically voted Democrat, they're not voting Democrat anymore because worker, whether union or non-worker, they're for the Republicans now. That's what happened. But we will charge them approximately half of what they are and have been charging us. So the tariffs will be not a full reciprocal. I could have done that, yes, but it would have been tough for a lot of countries who didn't want to do that. I'd like to see the chart if you have it. Could you bring it up, Howard? This is our great Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. Thanks, Howard. So if you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%.
Yeah, he got a list up there. I hope you guys watched this. I saw it.
That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to bring, it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset? They will be because we never charge anybody anything. But now we're going to charge.
Wow. What's wrong with that? They charge us, we charge them. That's good.
European Union, they're very tough, very, very tough traders. You think of European Union, very friendly. They rip us off. It's so sad to see. It's so pathetic. 39%, we're going to charge them 20%, so we're charging them essentially half. Vietnam, great negotiators, great people. They like me, I like them. The problem is they charge us 90%. We're going to charge them 46% tariff. Taiwan, where
Damn, Vietnam charges 90%. And he gonna charge them 46%. They still winning. But we just cutting into that a little bit. Let me get some of that money back.
They took all of our computer chips and semiconductors. We used to be the king, right? We were everything. We had all of it. Now we have almost none of it, except the biggest company is coming in. We're going to end up with almost 40%. Lee Zeldin's working to get their approvals. And it's an amazing company. Mr. Wei, of one of the great companies of the world, actually. They're coming in from Taiwan, and they're going to build one of the biggest plants in the world, maybe the biggest for that. But 64%, we're going to charge them 32%. Japan, very, very tough, great people. And again, I don't blame the people for doing it. I think they're very smart in doing it. I blame the people that sat right in that Oval Office, right over there, right behind the Resolute desk or whichever desk they chose. Japan, 46%. They would charge us 46%, and much higher for certain items like cars, little items like cars. 46%.
He said, little items like cars. He's just playing around because you need your damn car. And they charging us this much on taxes. This is how they getting rich as a country. This is helping them grow their economy off of our dollars. So now, if y'all want to do business with us, y'all got to pay. What's wrong with this? I don't see nothing wrong with this.
Said we're charging them 24%. India, very, very tough, very, very tough. The prime minister just left, and he's a great friend of mine. But I said, you're a friend of mine, but you're not treating us right. They charge us 52%. You have to understand, we charge them almost nothing for years and years and decades. And it was only 7 years ago when I came in, we started with China and charged them. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China in tariffs. And they understood, honestly. President Xi understood. He said, look, I understand. And the other countries, and they all understood.
So hundreds of billions of dollars we could take in the money. See how he trying to do? And that was just off of China, he said. And look at all those people on the list that got to pay.
Understand. We're going to have to go through a little tough love, maybe. But they all understand. They're ripping us off, and they understood it. Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo
What up, yo? It's Mike. What up, bro?
Abe. He was a fantastic man. He was unfortunately taken from us, assassination. But I went to him and I said, Shinzo, we have to do something. A trade is not fair. And he said, I know that. I know that. And he was a great gentleman. He was a fantastic man. But he understood immediately what I was talking about. I said, Shinzo, we have to do something. He said, I know that. And we worked out a deal, and it would have been a much better deal. But frankly, there were many years left on the deal that was made previous to my getting there. But it was something. If you look at Switzerland, 61% to 31%. Indonesia, Malaysia, Cambodia. Oh, look at Cambodia, 97%. We're going to bring it down to 49. They made a fortune with the United States.
He said, "Oh shit! Look at Cambodia. They making so much money." See, look, man. What's wrong with this, man? I don't know what y'all complaining about, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Change the subject, man. Y'all tripping, man. He right about this. He said, "Oh my God, they making so much money off of us. That's not fair." He said, "Y'all gonna have to pay something." I agree. Shit, go ahead, Trump. Get the do the money dance with it. I just now Trump. I need to hear you say no tax on overtime. You need to say that again, sir. You need to say that because that's why I'm voting for this. Because I need to see this. What you gonna do with all this money, Mr. Trump, that you collecting over here, huh? You better do what you say you're gonna do with it, Mr. Trump. But I'm rocking with you right now, though. You good?
States of America, United Kingdom, 10%, and we'll go 10%. So we'll do the same thing. South Africa, 60%, 30%, and they've got some bad things going on in South Africa. You know, we're paying them billions of dollars, and we cut the funding because a lot of bad things are happening in South Africa. The fake news ought to be looking at it. They don't want to report it. Brazil, 10%, 10%. Bangladesh is 74%. So you see what's going on. Pakistan, 58%. Sri Lanka, 88%. So what we're doing is we're taking not the full, we could take the full 88%. Thanks a lot. He's doing a very good job. How's he doing? All right. I think you better take it with you. It's not going to last very long. He's going to put it, it's going to follow you down with the wind. I brought a hat just in case it got too windy, but here, would anybody like a hat? I'm not giving it to a cabinet. I'm giving it to the auto workers. Come here. Thank you, fellas. Get it. That's it. That's it. They deserve it more than our cabinet. Our cabinet has plenty of hats. But you see the numbers. The numbers are so disproportionate. They're so unfair. At the same time, we will establish a minimum baseline tariff of 10%. You notice that on the chart? And that'll be on other countries to help.
So he said baseline. That means minimum. Everybody gotta pay 10% no matter what. And then we work from there. He said depending on how much y'all making on us, I guess. But whatever, no matter what, everybody gotta pay 10%. That's a baseline. So that's what's up. That's money coming in the country. I don't understand why people are upset about this. Now, what you gonna do with the money? That's what I understand what people get upset about. Now they need to pay attention what he gonna do with the money. Is he gonna really say no tax on overtime? If he say that, I'm good. You see how it affect you? And that's extra money can be stimulated for you to spend on American-made stuff and try to help him out. Because he want to help him. If you want to help him out, man, you would just buy American stuff. Because then you don't gotta pay the taxes or the tariffs or extra whatever price hike you about to see. Let the price hike go up. Just don't buy that shit. Let it happen. Buy you some American shit. Buy American made cars for a little while, just for a little while. Or don't buy a car at all. Wait a couple days. You know, wait, chill out. Go sit down. You know, you might not need the car. Just hold off a little bit. Let this just kick in. Let these countries see the money that they're giving up, and then they could do business. They might want to build a factory over here, a couple plants. They won't get charged for that because you're building it in America. Makes sense to me. You only get in charge if you want to do the import shit. If you want to build for cheap over there, this told me sneakers cost like $9 to make. What? And they just making them $9, and they selling them in our store for 100. Shh, let me get some of that.
Rebuild our economy and to prevent cheating. So we're going to have a minimum of cheating, and we're going to be very severe on the people that at the gate that watch the tariffs and watch the product coming in, because there's been a lot of bad things happening at the gate because the money is so enormous that you're talking about. There's never been probably anything like it in terms of the enormity. And there are a lot of bad things happen at the people that do the check-in, and they're looking at 10-year jail sentences if they do play. We're going to treat them so good.
Trump, get the no tax on overtime before you get before you get the IRS removed and all that shit. Don't do all that yet. You know what I'm saying? I can still pay a little bit of taxes, but Trump, get the no tax on overtime. Trump, I'm gonna be mad if you don't get that now. Get the no tax on overtime, bruh. I need that. I need that. I dare you. Please get that. But the rest of that, you can do that later. You know. I need my cut early. I need you to tell them no more taxes on overtime because we making this much money. And so we could take the overtime and let them get that. And then work on the rest of that stuff. But let's start there.
Good, but if they cheat, the repercussions are going to be extremely strong. Foreign nations will finally be asked to pay for the privilege of access to our market, the biggest market in the world. We're right now the biggest market in the world. We had a great country 4 years ago in terms of the economics. We were doubling up on China. We were doing so well. Nobody was going to catch us, but so much of it slipped away over the last 4 years under Biden. I campaigned on this policy throughout last year, and today that promise was made, and it was also a promise, as you know, that was kept. Promises made, promises kept. To any company that objects to our common sense reciprocal tariffs, again, reciprocal, back and forth, and I call this kind reciprocal. This is not full reciprocal. This is kind reciprocal. But what we do is we cut it in half. We charge them. My answer is very simple.
We need to give them full reciprocal then. Let's give them full reciprocal. If they want to keep playing, then we're going to raise it up on them. Nah, he probably doing this for a reason.
They complain, if you want your tariff rate to be zero, then you build your product right here in America, because there is no tariff.
Boom. Boom. Now you get an extra job.
If you want your tariff rate to be zero, then you build your product right here in America, because there is no tariff if you build your product in America.
Boom. Incentivize those businesses to move their businesses into America on American soil. So now those billionaires that own these factories, they can now start looking to build in our country, creating more jobs. Good job, Trump. Keep doing this, and I'm gonna go buy this market up.
And we've seen companies coming in like we've never seen before. Likewise, all of the foreign presidents, prime ministers, kings, queens, ambassadors, and everyone else who will soon be calling to ask for exemptions from these tariffs. I say, terminate your own tariffs, drop your barriers, don't manipulate your currencies. They manipulate their currencies like nobody can even believe, which is a bad, bad thing and very devastating to us. And start buying tens of billions of dollars of American goods. Tariffs give our country protection against those that would do us economic harm. And many people were looking to do us economic harm. Maybe not so obviously, but they were doing tremendous.
Yo, so he just want the countries to move their plants and stuff over here, and they won't get charged with the tariff that'll create jobs for us and stuff. If they don't want to hear that, why they don't build those factories over here? Like he said, they use it as a weapon. Because all the factories we get, we depend so much from overseas, man. Man, he right. He right, man. We gonna save some money around here, and we gonna make some money. Trump, no tax on overtime. That's the first one, all right? that affect me directly and a lot of people. No tax on overtime, and then do all the rest of that stuff.
Economic harm. But even more importantly, they will give us growth. These tariffs are going to give us growth like you haven't seen before. And it'll be something very special to watch. I am so looking forward. And Brian, it's going to happen even faster than you said. You know, you might say, but it's already started. It's already started. Work's already begun on plants all around the country. And you see that it's before. These are big, rich companies. We have $61 billion started on a big plant going up. It's going to be announced over.
Notice every one of them is over 10%. So he said 10% is the baseline. Y'all got to pay no matter what. That's where we're going to start off at. And depending on certain whatever, they come up with the rest of these numbers.
For the next 2 days, and they already started work. Many of these the biggest companies in the world, they've committed to build. We're going to build, sir. And they came here to see me, and wanted to know if they could have a press conference. I do as many as I can. I'm pretty busy trying to stop Russia and Ukraine and the Middle East. We got to stop that. We got to stop the Houthis, which we're making tremendous. They like shooting ships down and out of the water, sinking ships. They get a kick out of it, but they're not getting such a kick out of it now, are they, Mr. Secretary? They're not getting such a kick out of that now. But here are just a short list of some of the companies that have already announced and committed to investment. And this is a company that built its factories and its plants in China. Apple is going to spend $500 billion. They never spent money like that here. They're going to build their plants here. SoftBank, OpenAI, and Oracle. Great.
Boom. You already got people on that's already ready to build factories. Let's get it.
Great companies are investing $500.
What up, Ballhead Way? So people going to be able to work at Apple plants. They might have a lot of robots in there, like Ronald said.
$1 billion almost immediately. NVIDIA, a hot company, is investing hundreds of billions of dollars. They just announced TSMC, the biggest, most important company in the world of chips from Taiwan, with no investment from us, is investing $200 billion. And they said the reason was, number one.
Okay. So he's naming off these businesses that's already cool with it, that's already want to build their factories in America. So it's already starting. They're gonna probably start building. That's what these businessmen talking about. They're gonna we'll build in America then. Now that'll cost less. That should cost less. It should make you pay less if that's what's happening.
The election of November 5th, and number two, the tariffs. They don't want to pay the tariffs, and the way they're not paying it is to build their plant here. So we're going to go from almost no percentage. We used to have 100% of the chip market. Now it's all in Taiwan. Almost all of it's in Taiwan, a couple of other countries, but mostly in Taiwan. And think of it, we had 100%. We lost it because the people in that office that didn't do their job, they allowed it to be stolen from us. Johnson & Johnson, great company, $55 billion. Eli Lilly, $27 billion. Meta is investing $500 billion. Wow. DeMac is investing $20 billion. CMA, CGM, $20 billion. And then you have Merck and Clarios, Stellantis, General Motors, GE Aerospace, Honda, Nissan, Hyundai are all putting in billions and billions of dollars, and they're committed 100%. So. And we have never had.
Okay, so some of these cars is going to be all right. He just said that they're going to pay. They put money in. He just said they put money in. All right, Trump, what you going to do with all this money, sir? No tax on overtime.
We've never had. And this is after 2.5 months. This is after just a short. This all took place as soon as we came out.
Ballhead Wade said he bought some Cardano this week.
With what everybody wanted to do. You know, I watched a gentleman today on
Jeff R. said buy a Chevy. I see you up there.
Television. He used to work with Lee Iacocca, a very respected automobile person. And he said, you know, because they were asking people, they try and get as many negative people as they can, but they can't find them too much. It's pretty hard to find in terms of what we're doing, especially when they see all this investment. They said, so tell me, what do you think of what Trump is doing from the automobile standpoint? He said, I can't believe it. Somebody is finally, he's an older guy, real pro, really top guy with Lee Iacocca. He said, I never thought I'd see the day when this would happen. where somebody had the courage to go and do what has to be done. This is transforming our nation. Our entire nation is going to be transformed, not only with the cars, but on every single other item that's built. We're going to become an industrial powerhouse. And he said that so beautifully today. In fact, I'm going to find out, I'm going to get a tape. And Bruce, I'm going to get that tape and I'm going to send it to you out in Long Island, and you're going to play it for the people and all your union workers and your non-union workers out there. You got a pretty even split. But we can do that,
Okay,
and that's going
so
to be
we
much
got
higher by the end of the year. And think of what $6 trillion is. You wouldn't have even a small percentage of that under this other system. We're going to be an entirely different country, and it's going to be fantastic for the workers. It's going to be fantastic for everyone. There will never have been a transformation of a country like the transformation that's already happening in the United States of America. It's an incredible thing to watch, and it's incredible to meet with the top people, people that you read about, very wealthy people, or people that are great managers and executives and presidents of big public companies, and to watch the enthusiasm they have now that they didn't have. They gave up on our country. They went to foreign countries and they built. Companies are pouring into our country at levels never seen before, with jobs and money to follow, and it's really beautiful. In the coming days, there will be complaints from the globalists and the outsourcers and special interests and the fake news. Always, fake news will always come.
Yeah, they always complaining. He's right. He's talking about the complaining. So, all right, we get the base of this. So it's a 10% baseline. So everybody got to pay at least 10%. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Nothing to see here. Nothing left to see here. Now let's see what I can do over here. Let's look at this market real quick. I'm about to see if I can buy something. So that right there shouldn't be making the market do all this, right? And we still above 70,000 for Bitcoin. So I don't see cause for panic in the market. It shouldn't be like that. So these are cryptos I got. Which one I want to buy? I got more than that. Yeah. Show the rest of that. So these are the ones I've been picking up lately, right? Because I want to add to them. Like this link, I got 70. I need to get 75. I need to make this say 75. And then once I get 75, I'm going to go for 80, right? Because it costs $12. And I'm just putting a little bit of money in at a time on these investments, right? This is Trump and his people been buying this one. It's going back up already. See, I've been buying though, but let's see if I could get a cheaper price. Let me see what's the price is. They don't show me no price, man. Hold on, man. 8 cent, 83, 83, 83 cent. I could buy a little bit. This one, maybe I'll buy some of this. How much this go? Get this one first. How much for 5 of them? So you see this little button right here? I just switch it, and then I can put 5. Let's see how much it costs. $65. Really? So let's see 10. $130. It's gonna either be 5 or 10. I got 200. I'm gonna buy 5 in case it go down lower. Right? I'm gonna buy 5 of them. Damn. It's like they know I wanna buy the shit. It's probably gonna charge me. It don't matter. Let's see. So I just bought 5 of them. Yep, it's right there. I just bought 5 of them. Let me see how much cash I got left. Now I'm gonna buy something else. What else I got? Where they go to earn wallet. This the rest of that crow. It's worth this much. That's all right. There you go. $134. So what else I'm gonna buy on this beautiful Friday? On this beautiful Friday. Let me see if I can. How much is this? 75. See how I like to have these numbers looking? I be trying to make them even looking. I don't like when a bunch of like this 4 extra, but that's just after the decimal though. So I pretty much got 75. How much is it? Buy some more days. 1100. Let me say one. Let me see how much 400 costs. No, that's too much. No, 150. 150. Just add a little bit of money. Keep buying that shit. Shoot, yeah, it went to 150. I want some of this too. I'll buy some more. Just buy a little bit more, right? Because the market's dropping. I didn't do this when the market was up. I didn't do this. No, right? I'm just throwing a little bit of money in there. Say I got $92 left. So how much I got of this? 25. Let me see how much this is. 25 of these little fuckers. $58. I'll buy that. Bitch. Yeah, so you say 300 right there? Buying these little things. Let me see how much more cash I got left. I'm gonna spend the rest. $34. What could I buy with $34? This cheap as shit. I could build out some more of these, but I want these ones. This other one's just gambling. Just bone and all that stuff. These just gambles. Remember what I'm saying. This one and this one, they just gamble around. The rest of these, I'm serious about them. I get this sent automatically though. This automatically comes to my account. These, cause I got my bigger portion stake. These are pretty much free too. These are coming off of my stake, the stake that I have in Crow. They just pay me these every so often, and I just let them pile up. this. I got this much staked on the Crow line, and they paid me a return on this. I'm waiting till Crow go up, and then I'ma sell this. Just the bag that's for sale. You get it? These are rewards that just pile up. So I don't want to buy that. I'll buy some more though, but I don't really want to buy it. $34. What could I buy for $34? How many of these chain links I could buy? Let me see. Two and a half. That's nope. I ain't buying that. That number look wild. I'm gonna buy some more of this Ondo. Get this number out of it. This 300. How much of this I could buy? Let me say max. 41. Fuck it. I just buy it. So I just spent $200 in it and right there. This shit go. But I just split it up. You know what I'm saying? Into the ones I want to buy. I'm starting to buy. See, you can see the purchases right here. Boom, boom, boom. Another $200 add. Zero. Good. So I spent 200 the other day. I spent 200 a day. Next Friday come, I'm gonna spend. It depends. If the market keep going down, I might spend 200 more dollars, or at least. So I just added ownership, a little bit at a time, building out these positions. Now, I didn't even count the money now one time. I'm just looking at how many ownership. All right, see this ugly number right here? I just put the rest of that money. I don't like this number. So now I know I gotta move this. This number right here got to go. This 191, nah. That gotta go to 250. It gotta say 250. So I need to keep adding until at least it get to 250. That's how I like to look at them. Build out the ownership, right? Remember before I had 250 or whatever. Now I got 300. So when it goes up, I make even more money. If it goes down, yeah, I'll lose more money, but I ain't worried about that. I'm gonna worry about this. Just building out these positions. That's it. And then if it goes down again, I just buy more. I'm not putting a bunch of money in here at one time. And then the growth and accumulation leads to these numbers growing and accumulating. Because when this market starts going hot, this number is going to start going up dramatically. When it's going down, the number goes down. I mean, like, what the fuck? They keep saying the market is high. You know, I'm buying these assets for higher prices than they once were. The ones you just see me buy. This was at like 40 cents before. So people that been buying Ondo got a lower price than me. I don't care. I just want to add these. I don't care about the money, none of that. I want to add these up, make these bigger numbers. I need that to say 5,000. And it's going to get there. You know? That's how I look at it. Because you know what else would help it get there? Say one of these other cryptos run up. That's why I got multiple. Say one of these other cryptos run up. I could sell some of them and buy the other one. You know, while it's down. This is all free money. This Stellar right here is all free money. I could transfer this money into here with no problem, with no loss or nothing. I could just sell these Stellar and buy these and use all the money to buy this. But this is free. But I'm a hold it. It's free. I ain't gonna do nothing with it. If I need something, I could just sell it. It's no risk to me. This or this XRP right here. But I don't think I'm selling this. I think I'm more so wanting to accumulate this. I need this to go to 175 and I'll be a happy camper. If it don't, I just hold what I got. Because I don't want to. I mean, I've been buying this at 50 cent, man. This is a free investment. It's free money. I done took my profit and recover all the money I've ever put in here. I got it all out and I got my profit as well. It's just sitting here. That's free money. It could just play like, just keep playing around. You just do what it want to do. I could sell that right now. And this is more than the money that I even put in to start the account. What's over here? This was a crazy flip right here. This money. I maybe add some more if the price goes to where I want it to go. Other than that, it's a successful investment. It could just grow from here. I wish I'd have put more in than I did. It always happens like that every time. Every single time. It's always, man, I wish I'd have put more money in it when it was at 50 cent. And I was doing the best I could. I was putting money in at a substantial amount. I was just pouring money in here, man, trying to grow it out. Remember, I had 11,000 of these little tokens at one point. And I sold them all. I sold more than, when it ran up that last time. That's when I took my profits. But that's what I just did. Y'all seen it. I just spent two. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you what I do. That's it. You don't have to do this. You don't have to buy these. I just been buying them. I want to add ownership. That's it. Just keep adding ownership. And in my favorite crypto projects. And I hope to get them at cheaper prices because that right there, that just cost me more money when the market run up. But I'm building on my position in each one of these. So, like I said, man, I just be doing what I do. And then a few days from now, if this goes up, you're going to see like how it lose money, it makes money, and it loses money, and it makes money. But over time, what happens is you start accumulating more ownership into each individual one, and your bag starts getting bigger and bigger. And when these numbers move bigger and faster and stronger. These numbers start going up to the upside, and they start going to the downside, and that got to be the risk you're willing to take. I'm at the point in this where I have very little risk in this. This is mostly my money making profits, and I'm just sitting here. I can collect all of this if I want, but I don't want to. I just want to let it grow, right? And I want to be able to add ownership in my favorite assets when the market is going down. And we just saw why the market's going down, which makes no sense to me. And I'm going to take full advantage of this. I'm gonna take full advantage of it. I'm gonna buy my favorite assets while we over here in the fear and greed index all the way down. This is the reason for the fear. It doesn't stop me from wanting to gain more ownership. It doesn't stop me. And then I just forget about it. It's just like I bought some sneakers or I bought some materialistic bullshit. That's money that I just threw away. But I didn't throw it away because at least I have something of value for it. Anytime I want, I could go back and sell this. Just like it's a buy button, it's a sell button. You can sell it. I probably gotta sell it on my hand device for my face and all that stuff. Cause it gotta do the facial recognition and all that shit. But I ain't trying to sell it. But it's just like it's a buy button. Let me see. See, it's the sell button up here. Now you can sell it and get money in. I could sell Crow for the XRP and switch it around. Right? I could sell whatever. I could do like, just watch and pay attention to what you're doing though before you make a mistake on this part. You might not want to sell your stuff. I don't want to sell it. I just want to accumulate it. That's it. And that's what I do. And I be consistent with it. Right? It doesn't matter where you start. People keep thinking that, man. It doesn't. A flip is a flip. Shit. A flip is a flip. It don't matter where you start. And you got to keep reading things like, let this keep coming back into your mind. When you start seeing these type of things happen in the world, what can I do about it? Can I add more to my crypto balance and my ownership to grow my portfolio when this market recovers? Will the market recover from this? You think the market won't never recover from this? So you think America is done? I don't think so. I don't think so. This is what I can do in response to these markets moving in a negative fashion. Is not cry and complain about it. It's to add more ownership. It's the only thing I can do. What else can I do? Sell everything for a loss? Well, it won't be a loss at this point, but sell everything when I believe in the future of it. Right? I believe in the future of it because I'm listening to the United States now fully embrace cryptocurrency, and they never did this before. This is unprecedented what I'm watching in the crypto market. It takes away a lot of risk from me even thinking about it. And especially if most of that is sitting over there as profit, what would be anything I gain from trying to sell everything at this point when I'm looking at this?
This afternoon, I'm laying out my plan to ensure that the United States will be the crypto capital of the planet and the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and we'll get it done. If crypto is going to define the future, I want to be mined, minted, and made in the USA. It's going to be. It's not going to be made anywhere else. And if Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say, it's going to the moon, I want America to be the nation that leads the way. And that's what's going to happen.
So even in that little speech he just made, or part of the speech he made, he's talking about having them made in America. He wants those plants, the people that's making all these cryptos, they need to move to America, he's saying as well. This is why I don't care about that outside noise too much. I just take advantage of it. And my way of doing so is when these markets start going down and I know what I know about these projects, right? These projects. I did a live stream on Ondo the other day and I showed you some links that you could go check out if you want. But this is is no brainer for me. For me. This doesn't mean you have to do it. It's what I do. And I don't care about the money up there. I just keep going on with my day. All I know is I just spent a little bit. And this is how I accumulate all of these positions, guys. Don't think it's not. That's one thing I want to tell you too, right? I accumulated those 10,000 XRP. Yes, I was buying aggressively, but the same exact way. Maybe this week I would just put the whole 200 on XRP. As long as it stayed in that 50 cent area and my money was even kill, I would buy in that shit every week. The same, and that's how I accumulated so many of them, right? And that's what I'm going to do with the rest of these. Well, some of them. some of them I ain't buying too much more. I'ma just like you didn't see me buy no Shiba Inu or none of that other shit. I want to accumulate Ondo and Chainlink. I really want to accumulate some more Chainlink. And that's how I accumulated the XRP. My average cost was like, let me tell you this. Okay, my average cost of an XRP was like 54 or 50, no, like 56 or 58 cents. Okay, that was my average cost. That was my average cost. Then one day, I think it was 4th of July or something bad happened. And it had nothing to do with nothing that was going on in the market. One of these type of times. And I added more XRP at 46 cent, right? And I bought a lot of it at that time for 46 cent. And I just added it. And what it did was it dropped my average cost base from like 58 cent to like 53 cent, right? So that means by the time it went back to 58 cent, my money I would make profit on it. Because once it got to 53 cent, then I'll be breaking even, right? So all I'm doing is buying my cost base down, buying that cost base down closer to the money. So when it starts going back up, you're in the positive, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm building out the ownership the same way. But those 46 cent purchase was a good purchase. That was pretty much the lowest I ever got a chance to buy that. And it was during the time of holiday weekend and shopping and all that shit. People was out buying. And I took I don't know how much, like maybe $400 and I put it in it. Cause I was like, ooh, that shit low. I ain't never seen it that low. Let me get some of that. Same thing. And then what happened? It exploded. And all I wish was, man, I should have put more money. Every time. Every time. And that's what's going to end up happening, in my opinion, to some of these cryptocurrencies. Everybody's not going to be perfect. I might not get all of them right. It doesn't take you to get all of them right. It only takes you to get one right. I want to get some more Chainlink. I think Chainlink is going to be a good one. I think that can link all of these assets to the blockchain. I think that's what that's going to be able to do. And the rest of this, I'm going to just let it build. When it gets to a certain dollar amount, I'm taking profits. The same way you buy is the same way you sell. When it start running up and it get to those crazy numbers and you can see that you can return your investment, then take your investment, because guess what? Now you take your risk off the table. Especially if you're dealing with thousands of dollars. If you're dealing with hundreds of dollars, you might want to just let it sit there. But if you're dealing with thousands of dollars and you want to take, like this account ran up to about 60 some thousand. And when it went to 60,000, I sold some of it. And then let's go. Now we're gonna build it back up. And when this market run back up, because this too shall pass. This is just a couple days in the world. This too shall pass. And when this pass, you're gonna be good. That's just it. You just gotta make sure you know what you're buying. Don't buy no foolishness. Don't waste your money on foolishness. I got a couple foolish shit, but is it really though? It's a lot. This is very popular. A lot of people hold Shiba Inu. I got a little bit of balance of it. This Stellar. This is a good one to have. This bone, I mean, it goes with Shiba Inu. These two tokens is like on the same ecosystem. So I got a little bit of this too. In case, because if Shiba Inu start taking the fuck off, then this bone thing is gonna take the fuck off with it. So it's like I could get two different bags. That's like two different bags of money loaded, ready to run up. If it go too low, then and I got extra change, I might throw some in here just to add to it. You know. So That's how we do on here, man. Just keep adding that ownership, And I don't just talk about it. This is what I just did. I just spent $200. I spent $200 yesterday as well, and I'll probably be done for a little while until next week, and I'll just continue adding next week. What up, ballhead Wayne? I see you, Evo. Smitty in the building. Smitty is buying. He said Coinbase. Yeah, that's a stop. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just adding to the pile. Nothing major. Nothing that I can't afford to lose. Notice how I didn't put my fucking mortgage in this bitch. Notice how I didn't put crazy amount of money in here. And this is how it starts. When those income tax come, and I put like $3,000 in just to add. And then when this market runs up, I'm talking about should be dumb as hell. It just it just start moving like a motherfucker. You want to get in there at a decent price, and nobody can determine your price. So the way you do that is you buy in over time. You buy, and that way you get a basic even price. Because like I said, your buys offset your cost base. If you like what I'm doing, I bought some Ondo before over $1, like $1.12 or something like that. So I buy it at 80 cents. It's a discount, and I could get more. Right? I'm gonna keep adding ownership because why? I want hopefully I could get 10,000 of those Ondo tokens one day. If it dropped low enough in price, and I could just have 10,000 of them in case it moved back up. Boom, 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 crushing them. Why is Trump and them buying that shit? When I seen that, I was all in. I said, "Oh, what? They doing what? Let me buy that shit." And again, this money is gonna sit here. Now, let's say 3 years from now, something go wrong and I need to spend this money. I could just sell it, no matter where it's at. No matter where it's at. It could be at 20. It could be because remember, I took most of my risk out of the portfolio already. You see, this is like money just laying around. And what I want to do, I want to add to it, build on it. Because the upside, you got to think about the upside. That's why I don't buy when it goes up. Like if I wake up and this shit done went up next week, I'm not going to buy anymore. I'm going to start building out my cash balance. The cash balance that I just spent, right? I'm gonna start building out right here my cash balance because this is like saving money anyway. So if I put $100 here this week, next week I put $100, but I ain't buy nothing because the market start going up. This is starting to build on itself. Then when we get these dumbass downturns, that's when I put that $200 in yesterday, that $200 today. When we get the downturns, that way I could get a cheaper price to add to my ownership. So when the market start moving, all my money moving in different areas, not all in one place. Because one of these could be, like I said, all of these might not win. The winners outweigh the losers. Of course you put more money in the ones you're more confident with. You put more money in them, but everybody has their own way of doing things. That's how I do mines, and that's how I build out this portfolio right here. And I also got a stock portfolio that I don't show, but that only has one stock in there. I did show it. I made so much money on that. That shit's crazy. On that Clean Spark shit, I crushed it. Crushed them. And that over there is free. That's why I don't even look at it that much no more. It's like that shouldn't just be there. It's just there. You know, I'm trying to build this crypto thing out. Why? Because this is what's the media been talking about. This is what everybody's been talking about, this crypto thing. Crypto, crypto, crypto. I'm on it, right? In the downturns of the market with the bad news. I want more bad news. Give me more bad news, please. So the next time I make a purchase is cheaper. I can add a little bit more. Ownership. Notice how I'm thinking about these numbers at the bottom. So now let me look at that and see how much I got. All right, I got 5,000 XRP. Moving on up. These numbers are gonna go up by themselves. These ownership numbers, not the money, because if the market go down, the money go down, but that don't mean nothing about these ownership. All right, I got this number. I don't like this number. I gotta make that different, man. Shit ugly as hell. That ugly number out of here, man. 191. It should need to say 250. So we got chain link 75. I want to get more of this chain link. I need 100 of these. Yeah, if I could get 100 of them. See, that's what I'm thinking about. So I'm trying to build it up. The ownership level. The hell with the money part. The money gonna come. You know, if this keep dropping, I'm gonna try to get to 80, then 90, then 100. Then, cause see, once I get to 100, it's going to move $25 more every time this move a dollar, right? So if I get to 100, every time this price right here moves a dollar, this will grow $100. Right? I get to 100, then next thing you know, I'm at 150. Then I get to 200, then I get to 250. You know, like that. That's how you grow the position out based off if the market keep going down. Shit. If it keep going down, that fear and greed index is going to be talking to me. Right? It all goes together, man. This fear and greed index is talking to me. It's telling me that we at one of the all-time lows. We in the low area of the people's sentiment. People are scared to death. Look where we at. How many more times you think it been this low? Look to the left. We low. With the colorful one, not the gray one. Remember, the gray one is Bitcoin. The colorful one. We pretty low. People are scared as shit. This was pretty much some of the best times to be starting to buy a little bit. When you think. And remember, Bitcoin guides the market. If Bitcoin goes bananas, the rest of the market gonna go crazy with it. If it falls off a cliff, the rest of the market gonna fall off the cliff. But where we gonna go? More into more fear? I'm gonna be definitely buying that shit. If this thing goes all the way back down back in here, I'm buying more. Nothing to think about. Right? And I'm gonna build out my position even more. Because when it starts reversing and it gets back into these areas, right? When everybody's at this fucking euphoria right here, I'll be the one taking profits. And along the way up as well. You know, secure my bag, get my risk off the table. Because you never know when the market will reverse. You know, it's mood swings. It's like a drunk man. You know, he over here, he's happy to buy everything. Over here, he don't want to buy nothing. Same thing. But I'm doing the opposite. I'm buying everything when we over here, and I'm selling everything. Because extreme greed brings higher prices naturally. When people are wanting high demand for something, the price goes up. That's when you want to buy it. I mean, sell it. When it's in high demand, when everybody wants that asset, and if you have it, that's the time you make the most money. Right? And when nobody wants that, that's when you accumulate it for the next time everybody wants it again, which will be, who knows? You know it's coming because he's telling you he got a plan to do this shit. And all these different companies, they got plans and ideas they're going to be laying out. It's going to make the market excited. The market's going to run back up eventually. You might as well accumulate. And then when that time comes, you'll be the one sitting back looking happy. What y'all doing in the chat, man? I'm about to get up out of here. I just came on to talk about this today. Nothing major, nothing major. So Chainlink is gonna take the place of Swift. But then you have XRP trying to do that, but I think they need each other, you know. I think they both protocols probably need each other, and that shit probably gonna make me a lot of money. Chainlink is a beast. And they talking about this American stuff. I'm in it. So y'all be good, man. I just came on for a few hours just to talk about this. They ain't had no work today. Nice and raining outside, you know. When the rain come out, I get a day off. I like that. Cause it's like it's good. You know what I mean? So that's how I build out my ownership, man. Everybody can do that. Don't look at the total portfolio because yours gonna grow too. You gotta let it grow. That's the thing, and you gotta be buying the right shit. Don't just go buy some dumb shit that you heard your friends say. Don't buy anything that you heard I say. You see what I'm buying. If you want to look into it first, and then go buy it. You know, your money you risking on your own. Everybody's risking their own money. You know, but if you buy the good cryptocurrencies, when the market is talking about crypto, you're gonna be the winner. Right? Not when everybody's crying. Yes, price is gonna be low. That's when you accumulate. That's what I'm doing. I'm accumulating this. So I'm out, man. Y'all do what y'all do, man. Salute to everybody. I'm chilling in the crib today. I might hope the sun come out and dry the grass, then I'll probably go cut it. Cut the grass. The earth waking up. But y'all get y'all money right, man. Y'all do what y'all do, you know. I could show videos with it with the account. You could see the account where it was at. I can go show you, matter of fact. Well, I already showed that. Everybody know I ain't lying about this shit. And I'm using the news and the fear mongering that these people are doing. Tell me why the market's dropping because he's trying to make money for the country. Get the fuck out of here. It don't make no sense. Oh, they're not gonna buy stuff. We're not gonna buy stuff. What that got to do with Suey? what they what they got to do with any one of these cryptos, man? Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Give me these free cryptos. Can y'all go down even lower? Because next week I'm gonna buy more. And before you know it, I will have a nice bag of them. When the price run up, I can start selling them. The object is to sell them and make the profit. That's the object. So when the market goes into that euphoria stage and they want it and it's in high demand, that's when you start selling it. The same way you bought it, a little bit at a time. Or however you want to sell it. You might want to sell everything. You might not want to sell everything. I believe in the longevity and I'll take my profits along the way. Because you still gotta live. You don't want to see your fucking money just sitting there and you ain't spending it. Right? You ain't enjoying your life. Shit, I had to buy my kid a new car. My daughter's next. She gotta get a car. We gotta buy her a car. I'm gonna take the profits in time of greed so that way I can live and still have investments going. You don't just leave all your money in one place, man. You gotta have a life too. But I'll rather not buy the Jordans this week, right? And then when this market go absolutely insane, right? Then I go buy some Jordans that week. you know, when this market is buying those damn Jordans, when I only put in Jordan money and I got back 800. Yeah, then I'll go buy those $200 Jordans because I could have just bought the Jordans and I never would have had this asset. That's how I think. you know. So that's why I be throwing my money at. Treat, yeah, that's in that Shiba Inu atmosphere. That's a new one coming out. I seen that. Benjamin Scott. What up, Benjamin Scott? Appreciate y'all pulling up, man. Hopefully y'all just listening, just to listen to a little bit, man. We taking a little bit of information. It could change your life, man. Trust me. Trust me. Now, what did I gain out of this tariff shit? That I hope this dude say no tax on overtime. That's all I want to hear. Cause that affect me. No tax on overtime. I'm about to jump around this house. I'm about to start doing backflips off the couch, all type of shit. No tax on overtime. What did he say? Now, all of this money movement he doing, that need to be a policy he make. And I need to hold him to that shit. Don't just let him tell you that shit and don't do it. No, you got to do this, bruh. I need no tax on overtime. I could buy more crypto with that money. And then after that, say no tax on crypto. Pfft, I'll be dead. I'll be no more good. I'll be going to get drunk because I'll be happy as a fuck. But in the meantime, I'm going to continuously add in to my crypto bag. You know, not thinking about selling anything. You get it? And watch when the market run. It say you lost your mom Saturday. Damn, y'all. Damn, bro. Prayers up for that, man. Keep your head up. Sheesh. Prayers up for Benjamin, man. What up, Jaron Gordon? I'm just in here. We went over the tariffs that Trump implementing, and that's pretty much it. I was about to get off of here and go relax, but I just wanted to come and talk about that, and make it understood that this has nothing to do with these crypto projects. All right, I need that to be understood, man. For those of you that wanted to get into the crypto market, I got a link pinned, right? It's a link to the crypto platform I use. I don't know about everybody else what they use. I'm not promoting any brand. I'm not promoting nobody's brand. I'm just saying that's the platform I buy my crypto on. You just saw me do it. So you guys can sign up for that at the top. That's your own platform you create. It has nothing to do with me. Nothing at all. There's that's crypto.com. That's what I use. So I'll holler at y'all, man. Y'all be good, man. Turn up. Let me end this live stream.